Welcome to A&K Computers New Year Scheduling Overview. Each year, all WinPCO customers must perform our annual New Year scheduling for the upcoming year. It is recommended that the process is done the last week of December or at the end of the month before January. This procedure will allow you to set up the schedule for the calendar year and create invoices for the new year. For those customers still using the WinPCO on the local site, we ask that you do a backup of the current database. Simply go to Utilities, click on Backup, exit the screen on our newer versions, click OK. Once the backup has been completed, the next step is to set up the schedule for the new year. To do that, you go into Options, you're in Processing. This feature does require a clearance code. If you do not have a clearance code or a permanent clearance code, you need to contact A&K Computers to obtain one. Simply click Yes on the backup screen and go ahead and enter the new year. Click OK to create the schedule. Once you have set up the schedule for the new calendar year, for those customers who are still using the WinPCO Pest Control program on the local site, you must change the date on your local computer. For Windows 7 and Vista operating systems, on the lower right hand side, you'll notice that there's the date and the calendar, the time. You left click on that, click on change date and time, and you simply January of the new year. And click on second. Now that you've changed the computer to the new year, you now can create January invoices. Once the invoices have been created for January of the new year, you need to change the date back to the month and date that you're in. So you repeat the process. After the New Year scheduling has been performed, you may run across about 3 situations or scenarios that will happen in the month of December. One is a customer who's contacted you and they're interested in having a single service, but that service is not going to be performed until January of the new year. The second one is a customer who's contacted you and the first service will be in December, but the regular service will start in the upcoming year. The third one is a customer who's called you in December, but the regular service is not going to start until the next year. So let's cover the first one. The customer who's called in having a single service or one-shot service, but that service is not going to be done until January of the new year. So here's a customer who's having a single service, and this service is not going to be done until January. So you click on Schedule, click OK, and you're going to create the invoice for December. Once the invoice has been created, you simply go into Current, double click on the one-time service, and change the date to the service that's going to be performed in January. The second scenario is a customer who's contacted you in December. Their first service is going to be in December, but the regular service is not going to begin until January of the new year. So we're going to borrow another group screen. Same thing, you have a service here. So we can go here to monthly. So again, you're going to hit schedule and you create the invoice for December like you normally do. The only difference is to set up the regular service for the next year, you must repeat the process. You have to change your local computer to the date of the new year. So you simply go into January 2nd. It's okay. Once it's been changed to the new year, now you can set up the regular service, change the period to start, 2013, and you can hit schedule. Now let's say, because this is a monthly customer, again, you're going to need to create an invoice for January. If it's bi-monthly, you simply put in bi-monthly, and we know the service was going to begin in 02 2013, and quarterly 03 2013. Of course, you hit schedule like you normally do. The third scenario is a customer who has contacted you, but the regular service is not going to begin until the new year. Again, you enter the information, the frequency is monthly, and you click on schedule. But before you do that, you have to change the date and time in your computer to the new year. This ends the New Year's scheduling for WinPCO program.